What's up guys, it's Concealed Gamer here, and first thing I want to do is thank everyone who helped me reach 2K subs. It's been an awesome ride. We just hit 1K subs not too long ago and we're already at 2K. Thank you guys, that's so phenomenal. But today I have for you guys a video that will better your aiming down your scope, or better known as ADS. And I have 5 pro tips for you guys. Hopefully you guys will use these tips and hopefully they're helpful to you guys. So let's get into it. Now, before you go into the battlefield or fighting PvE or PvP, you really want to make sure your gun is suited for combat. If you're an ADSer, you have to have specific traits on your gun to be viable for ADSing. My go-to would be to get as much crit chance and crit damage as possible for your weapon, and you need to get talents that help with that as well. Now, if we take a look at my weapons, you can see my lightweight M4 has mostly damage but adept. So if you want to ADS, you need adept because that is very useful for crit chance. Now, these are my attachments that I run. You want to get crit chance wherever you can. If you can't get crit chance, then you have to get crit damage instead. Um, for my Urban MDR, these are my talents. I got adept and brutal. I wish I had like a crit talent instead of brutal, like fierce or something, but then again, here are my attachments if you guys want to see. I'm really just stacking up on crit chance wherever I can and crit damage as well. So that is very important in being able to ADS. Now let's take a look at some talents that you want to be using. So looking at our talents, the ones I like to use are critical save, precision, on the move, and strike back, as you can see here. But the two most important ones to wanting to be able to ADS is strike back and precision. Now let me explain strike back. So when you get low health, it increases your cooldowns by 20%. So if you play a claw style method, well, I'll explain later in the video. Basically, you aim down your scope while popping a heal. So when you're taking critical damage and it brings you to that last segment of your health, it increases your skill downs by 20%. So that could be the difference between life or death. So you can pop off that heal and still finish your opponent off. Now, I use this method all the time, and strike back is very useful. You want to have strike back on at all times, even if you're not an ADSer. Now, precision makes it so if you hit someone in their head, it marks them as a standard pulse, which will pulse them, and you will get 7.5% crit chance. So that's basically adding another Savage Gloves to your build. And after you hit them in the head, it doesn't matter if you hit them in the head or the body, after 10 seconds, you're going to get that increase in your crit chance. So, again, strike back and precision are the two best talents if you want to ADS. Now let's move on to our next segment. My fourth tip that would be helpful would be to always have a heal before you ADS. Now my reasoning for this is you don't know how strong your opponent is. You don't know if he has better toughness or better firearms than you, or if he has a really strong heal that he's going to pop. So you want to save up your heal before you ADS so you have something to rely to if you're getting outnumbered or damaged beyond your belief. It's really helpful, and it's the deciding factor between if you die or not, because you're going to be able to pop that heal off in time. And once again, I'm going to show you guys how to do that claw style, which will be crucial to helping you win your ADSs. Let's move on to our next segment for pro tip number 3. Pro tip number 3, keep your distance when you ADS. Now this is really important because most people, they will ADS right in front of somebody. You don't want to do that. You want to get your distance on someone. You really want to practice your ADS so you know you can mow someone down if they're running towards you. If they're strafing like crazy as they're running towards you, throw a nade. Stagger them, something like that. Get them to be an easy target for you. If you know they're a hard opponent, run behind a corner. Once they turn that corner, hit them with a nade and then mow them down. You want to create easy opportunities for you. Don't fight the way they want you to fight. Fight the way you fight. Um, you're going to encounter a lot of hip firers in this update or in any update. So you really want to keep your distance, and when you're ADSing, you want to be moving at all times. Don't just stand still in ADS. As you see, as I'm ADSing, I'm always moving. I'm not standing still. So it may seem like an obvious thing, but keeping your distance is very important. So yeah, if you use an SMG, it may be a little more difficult because they don't have that much range, but they do have a lot of crit chance to make you crit up close. But yeah, I like to have assault rifles because they definitely hit a lot harder. Now moving on to pro tip number 2. My pro tip number 2 is called claw style. If you do not know this claw style method, you need to learn it fast because you're already at a disadvantage against people who have been playing this game for a little bit. Now, let me explain what claw style is. Claw style, when you're aiming down your scope, usually you just aim down your scope. But with claw style, you're aiming down your scope, and when you're taking damage from people, you pop off your first aid heal. Now, this could be a game changer between living or dying. Now, I know I say that with all the other tips, but this one is probably the most important tip out of all my other ones for ADSing, because you're gonna outdo the person if you have a strong heal, which is pretty much recommended, so you can get that burst of heal but still do damage to them. I like to run vigorous chest piece, so even if I have a lot of health and I mess up by popping a booster too early, it'll put me into overheal, which is awesome. Now, as this guy's pushing me, look at, I popped the heal, and I got that burst of heal back, and I end up killing the guy because I know how to claw style. Now, as you can see, this method connects with my other tips, which means to save up a heal before you fight, or before you ADS, because if once you know how to claw style, you're going to be in that advantage of beating people when you're ADSing. So, if you don't know how to claw style, you better learn quick, because you just really have to figure out how to aim and press a heal with your other finger at the same time. Now, pro tip number 1, I'm going to tell you how to adjust your buttons to fix it, but main thing in this video, guys, learn how to claw style. Now, let's get into pro tip number 1. Pro tip number 1, adjust your button layout. I can't tell you how many times people have asked me, how is your aim so good? How can you ADS so well? This may be one of the reasons why I ADS so well. You can change your button layout so you can shoot with a different button, you can pop a heal with a different button, you could aim with a different button. So I'm gonna go over a tutorial on how to do it on PS4, and hopefully I will find a way to do it on Xbox, and I'll try putting it in the description for you guys. But let's get on to it for the PS4. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the PSN main menu and go to settings. Once you go to settings, you're going to want to click on accessibility, and it will bring you to this screen. You go down and you find button assignments and you click this. Once you hit button assignments, you go to customize button assignments. It will bring you to this, and this will make it so you can switch a button for another one. So I just flip-flopped my L1 with my L2 and my R1 with my R2, so it's vice versa. So I shoot with R1 and I aim with L1. This makes it so it's easier to claw style, in my opinion, when you ADS, and this is very important because it's a lot easier to pop your heal when you're ADSing and stuff. And I can't tell you how many people have asked me how my accuracy is so decent, and I think this is one of the big reasons. Now, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. And once again, I want to thank everyone who helped me reach 2K subscribers. I'll catch you guys in the next video, and peace out.